Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on SOMO at Home. My name is Krista, and I'm the Health and Wellness Manager here at Special Olympics Missouri. Today, we have Lynna with us. She is one of our plunge ambassadors for the Polar Plunges that we do throughout the state. So we'll start this session off by asking Lynna some questions about plunge, and then I will show you all how to get registered for plunge, and then also the different locations that we will be hosting plunges from. So Lynna, how are you doing today?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for joining me. So my first question, and then I also have some responses from other plunge ambassadors that I will be reading as well. But Lynna, what is plunge for our viewers that aren't quite sure?
So a plunge is that is a place you raise money for a organization. Like you do something and you raise the money and you do something to get back.
Perfect. Thank you. And another one of our plunge ambassadors said that plunge is something that happens all over the state during the winter time and early spring. It's a fundraiser that we do for Special Olympics Missouri, and it's to help some Special Olympics athletes be able to have sports all year long. The plungers, they can walk, they can run into the freezing cold water, and then they help raise money as a team, or they can register as an individual too. So why is plunge important? You're probably wondering. Lynna, why do you think plunge is important?
Plunge is important because you can give like the awareness to other people in the public. Raise money for a organization that you really care about, and you meet people with the same kind of interest with you. It's a fun thing. It's very exciting, but it is also cold. So
I'm glad you added that in there so everyone knows it is a very cold experience for most, unless you get into one of those early spring plunges and you have some warm weather that you're working with. And then Anna McDaniel, another plunge ambassador, she said that it is a fun way to raise money for a special reason, and you can challenge yourself by having a set goal to raise for your plunge. So some favorite parts about plunges might be different for lots of people who have participated in plunges in the past. Lynna, do you have any favorite parts about plunge?
my favorite part is when I see a lot of people coming out for this special occasion and something they care about, and showing and giving the support to the athletes and to the organization. I think that's really cool.
I agree. I think one of my favorite things is just to see the amount of people that come out to support Special Olympics and raise money in such a unique way. And it's not something that people, I mean, you can start raising the day of or the day before in plunge, but this is something that some plungers, they will raise money months prior to the plunge. So it's really awesome to see individuals all across the state doing this for the same cause, which is for our Special Olympics athletes. And then Anna, she said that her favorite part is seeing teams jump into the cold water and then giving them hot chocolate and coffee. That's very kind. That is very appreciated. And she also likes raising money and helping form a team for plunge, which is also very exciting. If you're interested in doing a plunge, it's always fun to have friends around you, coworkers, athletes, peers with you. Makes jumping in the water a little bit easier for those. And then the last question, Lynna, is how do people get involved with plunge?
Well, you can, if you're interested in doing it, you can sign up on the website, or if you know someone that's familiar with Special Olympics or the Polar Plunge, you can always ask them. They probably have the best answers. but the internet always works too.
Yes. So like Lynna said, I will show you guys now how to register for Plunge. But you can also be involved with Plunge by being a volunteer at one of your local plunges, serving on the committee, and then also, of course, being a plunger yourself. So to give me just a second here, and I'm going to share my screen. And if I'm able to, there we go, and show you all how to get registered for Plunge. Let's see, there we go. All right, Lynna, can you see my screen? Perfect. Okay, so I am now on the Special Olympics Missouri's website, and I am at somo.org/plunge. So on here, you will see that our theme is Jurassic Times, Call for Jurassic Plungers. So that's our theme this year, some Jurassic Park themes. And we have, so if you scroll down here to the bottom, you'll be able to find your locations for Plunge and the date. For the sake of time and so that we don't have any errors here, I will not click on a certain plunge. But if you select a plunge, it will let you know who your plunge planner is for your area. So each plunge typically has an individual person planning that plunge. So then you're able to contact them if you have any questions. And then also be sure you check your plunges for any guidelines for this plunge season starting in 2021. Next week, we will have another Plunge ambassador joining us on Friday to talk more about Plunge and what they'll enjoy about it. We'll also go over again where you can get registered and how you can find more Plunge information. I'll put in the comments the website that I was just on. So that's somo.org/plunge. Lynna, thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you everyone for viewing. Hope you guys all have a great weekend and we'll see you back on Monday.